Redditors, when did being the nice guy at work completely backfire? I worked at this biotech startup developing medical devices. Super competitive environment, but I believed in helping colleagues. This guy Marcus joined our team, always talking about how his daughter had chronic illness, and he needed this job for her treatments. Showed me pictures, medical bills, the whole thing. How could I not help someone in that situation? Marcus was always conveniently stuck right before deadlines. My daughter had a rough night. I'm running on no sleep. Could you look at my calibration data? I'd spend hours fixing his work while he sat there talking about experimental treatments they couldn't afford. Other colleagues warned me he was taking advantage. But what kind of monster doesn't help a father with a sick child? 8 months in, I made a breakthrough on our flagship project. A new sensor design that was 10 times more accurate than anything on the market. Game-changing stuff. I stupidly mentioned it to Marcus during one of our late-night sessions. He got weirdly interested, asking detailed questions about the mathematics behind it, how I'd document it for the patent filing. The next week, I came in to find the conference room full of executives. Marcus was at the whiteboard, presenting my sensor design. He'd filed the provisional patent at 3 a.m. that morning. Every equation, every diagram, even used my exact terminology. The CEO was practically throwing money at him. When I tried to interrupt, Marcus smoothly said, "Oh, this is the junior developer I mentioned. He's been helping me test some basic calibrations." The executives looked at me like I was the janitor. I was frozen. This man I'd been helping for months, whose sick daughter I'd cried about, had stolen my life's work. I confronted him after, shaking with rage. His response chilled me. "Nothing personal, kid, but that patent's worth 8 figures when we license it. You think I'd let some bleeding heart keep that from me?" Then he dropped the bomb. "Besides, Sophia will benefit from this." "Your daughter?" I asked, confused. He laughed. "My daughter. I don't have kids. Sophia is my girlfriend. She's the vice president of engineering. We've been planning this since I got hired. She recommended me for the position specifically to get close to whoever was making progress on the sensor project." My head was spinning. I thought back to all the times Sophia had assigned Marcus to my projects, how she'd encouraged me to mentor him, how she'd always been so interested in my research updates. They'd been playing me from day one, but here's where it gets insane. I went home devastated, ready to quit. Opened my laptop to update my resume, and saw an encrypted email from an address I didn't recognize. The subject line, "They did the same thing to me. Fight back." Inside were documents, emails between Marcus and Sophia planning to steal research, bank statements showing payments from competitor companies for insider information, screenshots of them bragging about previous thefts at other startups. Turned out Marcus and Sophia were corporate spies who'd been doing this for years, targeting brilliant but naive developers. The sender was their previous victim, who'd been tracking them ever since they destroyed his career. He'd been gathering evidence for 2 years, waiting for them to strike again. Now, we had everything. Proof of conspiracy, fraud, corporate espionage, even tax evasion from their unreported payments. I forwarded everything to the FBI's Intellectual Property Theft Unit. The raid happened during Marcus's big presentation to investors. Federal agents walked in just as he was explaining his breakthrough. The look on his face when they mentioned corporate espionage charges was priceless. Sophia tried to flee but was arrested in the parking lot. The investigation revealed they'd stolen over $50 million in research across 6 companies. 12 developers had their careers destroyed. They both got 15 years in federal prison. The patent was invalidated and returned to me. I even got a reward from one of the competitor companies they'd sold secrets to. Plot twist? The anonymous emailer was Marcus's sick daughter from the photos. She was actually Sophia's sister, who they'd used as a prop for sympathy stories. She'd been building a case against them after learning they'd used her image to manipulate dozens of people. She testified at their trial, describing how they'd laughed about their victims at family dinners. Now I run my own company with that patent money. And yes, I still help colleagues, but everyone signs NDAs first. Trust, but verify, especially when someone's sob story seems too perfect.